is up, YouTubers? It is your boy Kos, and today I'm here to talk about some new developments within Star Wars, or the Star Wars universe, the Star Wars Disney canon. So I haven't talked about Star Wars in a while. One of my favorite fictional franchises, and just what Disney's been doing to it has been just abominable. And you guys know my thoughts on it. You guys have heard me talk about it at length before, criticize it before, and just this latest statement by someone high up within the Disney Star Wars hierarchy. This statement just took me for a loop, and I just felt like I had to respond to it. So one of my friends, he linked this article to me across Twitter, apparently hinting that there is no official canon, much contrary to what they were saying in the buyout and in the reboot, that the old expanded universe was so confusing and that they had to redo everything for this new exciting reboot to happen, and that the old canon was full of inconsistencies, and now this new canon is full of even more inconsistencies. So what is it? Is there an absolute canon, or is there not? And, so I read this article. Okay, Star Wars boss hints that there's no official canon for every little detail, including who shot first, out of Han and Greedo. Okay. It turns out we shouldn't be too worried about Star Wars canon for every detail of the universe. To tell the truth, the only people that worry about who shot first, Han or Greedo, who I don't really care, are the nerds who care about every little detail in a film, or the original footage or whatever. I mean, we know, okay, whatever, you've been saying it for how many decades, who shot first, who cares? And the other group would be just the OT, the original trilogy fanboys who are basically in the same boat, and they can't get over, like, oh, George Lucas changed something and blah blah blah, oh my god, like, and they're still mad at George Lucas for for doing what he wanted to with his own film. So so anyway, those people aside, Pablo Hidalgo, a creative executive who works for Lucasfilm on Star Wars and is a member of the Lucasfilm Story Group, has offered his thoughts on canon in a lengthy thread on Twitter. He notes that he believes it is not reflective of any company policy and is instead just an observation on rules. Right. Just my own ideas about it. It is not reflective of any company policy. It is not a commandment, it's not a rule, just an observation. On occasion, when asked about something specific, I'll answer canon doesn't split those hairs. What do I mean by that? It means it's a detail that isn't cataloged. It's an increment beneath notice. And stuff like that typically means artifacts of the medium. So I don't see there being being such a thing as canon dialogue, because a comic, novel, cartoon, live action version of an event will differ. So okay, let's roll with this logic for a second. All right. So right off the bat, if we have let's say Marvel, they have 3 or 4 different occurrences or versions of a story, and which one is true? I mean, at least with the old EU, they would retcon something and let you know, like, yes, this is the official version of it. Like, they had one continuity, but now we have this opens the possibility for something to happen that's contradictory or that differs in canon. And people that were complaining that the old EU was contradictory and it had so many conflicts of, and plot holes and whatever. Disney canon has topped that. They've topped that within the short time of its inception, and already we see here just the logic behind someone working with the current story group, and the mindset that he says that he has and most likely shares with his cohorts. He doesn't really care about some of the issues that Lucas himself and his group with Leland Chi and the other Lucasfilm, well, the old guard of the old canon would actively care about. Every little detail they cared about, and they're like, it doesn't matter. Like, even if we contradict ourselves, stuff happens. It'll just differ. It does not make any sense. And there are a ton of people that complain about what Lucas was doing. And they fail to realize, like, this is Lucas's work, not yours. And this is the result of it. This is the result of all that, telling Lucas that he's a piece of you-know-what for doing what he wants to with his own canon, with his own movies. If we're getting his views right, it basically means we shouldn't be too surprised if something that happens in Star Wars Rebels doesn't happen exactly the same way in the movie universe. And that's totally fine, of course. Just accept it. It's my way of dodging the who shot first horse carcass, Hidalgo outlined. All that's canon is that 2 people entered the booth and Greedo died. Reports vary. That's actually kind of funny. But in all seriousness, though, this is not good for the camp that criticizes the original expanded universe. Claiming that, the old EU had so many inconsistencies, and then this guy who works with the current Lucasfilm story department is outright saying that we can we might contradict each other, we might contradict ourselves, and and basically saying that something may differ if it's supposed to be one canon, if it's supposed to be one Disney canon. Shouldn't there be no inconsistencies? Shouldn't, everything be straight on one line, one timeline, no inconsistencies? But apparently, the old EU is the problem. Given how big the Star Wars universe is getting, perhaps, like it wasn't big before you guys rebooted everything. Perhaps it's not a surprise that writers can't pay attention to every little detail. But as long as they get the big parts right in canon, we're okay with that. And anyway, George Lucas had already changed the whole Han versus Greedo thing. So if he can change canon, anyone can. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my God. This is why I miss George Lucas so much. Why did you do it? Oh man. Well, we know why you did it. because of these fanboys who just couldn't let it go. They couldn't accept the fact that George Lucas created Star Wars and not them. That they didn't have any power over Lucas and what he chose to do with this franchise. Like, this is the result. Now we're gonna have, oh man, I cannot wait. We're gonna have plot holes galore within this canon, and it's gonna be glorious, because then all of us Legends fans can just say, we told you so. And we'll be absolutely right. We'll be right. We told you so. We told you this is a bad idea, that, giving it over to Disney was terrible. And of course, I could see that coming from a mile away as soon as the rumors began to circulate. I told my friend, I was like, yo, this is not going to be a great idea. He was like, oh no, man, it's going to be fine. And here we are, with them basically admitting that, if we contradict ourselves, oh well, so we're too lazy to look at every little detail and make sure the story runs correctly. I mean, never mind the whole Han versus Greedo thing. Never mind that, but just thinking about everything else, every other story element they're going to introduce. It disgusts me, just the callousness of the people working at Disney on this new canon. It just disgusts me. They're just total disregard for everything that came before, and everything that they're gonna do after. They know Star Wars is just a money cow now. They know that they're just gonna, they don't. Unlike Lucas, they don't have to care. Lucas. The thing I liked about Lucas is that he's connected to it. It's his baby. He made it. So he actually cared about where it went. He actually cared about the direction of his story. And Disney doesn't. They don't. That's why they rebooted everything. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the story, how good it is. They just want something with the Star Wars logo slapped on it. And they want to make money. So, I mean, sure, Disney makes blockbusters and that's their job, but they don't care. They absolutely don't care about Star Wars like the average fan would. So anyway, besides that, oh man, this is gonna be a doozy. So besides this, I've been checking out the new Star Wars animated series. What's it even called again? This one. Oh my god. So anyway, Jennifer Muro. I saw this retweeted. Jennifer Muro is apparently a writer on this new Star Wars cartoon. Forces of Destiny. Yes. And apparently it got ranked on some kind of thing, some kind of list by Nerdist, of course. And I've been watching. Well, I haven't watched the show, but I've been seeing some stills from it, and compared to like Rebels and Clone Wars and every other Star Wars cartoon animation style, the style is just it's terrible. And then I look at it, and I'm just like, yo, this is what it looks like. It looks like it could be the same people that animate for My Little Pony or something like that. Just the style, like, look at this stylistically compared to the old Clone Wars cartoon. I mean, just look at that. You can tell the characters don't look ultra effeminate. I mean, like, look at Yoda here. I mean, you could tell he's an old guy, and then look at him here. Look how nice he looks. Oh, he looks so cute. And glam rock Anakin over here, like she works on this apparently. So we all have to respect this, clearly. I mean, glam rock Anakin with no scar, of course, missing another thing that they missed. Glam rock Anakin is standing here with Yoda, or I'll call him CDI Anakin, because he looks just like CDI Link. Matter of fact, I said that on Facebook. Oh, it's just hilarious. But yeah, definitely one of the low points this year of Star Wars and Star Wars, well, Disney Wars or SJW Wars. And the kicker here is that apparently she is associated with women in animation. I mean, is there a blacks in animation that I don't know about? Is there a I don't know, Latinos in animation group that I don't know about? Just women in animation? No men in animation? I mean, or whatever. I mean, they get a special support group apparently, empowering and supporting women in the art, science, and business of animation. Sounds like social justice to me. It really does. Sounds like feminism in action. But you know, you think that would just hiring someone or supporting someone just because they're a woman might have serious outcomes on or effects on the quality of someone's work. I mean, not gauging them based on their skills. I mean, clearly this high quality animation shows the skills aren't everything, but you know what sexy war is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, if women really are passionate and there's really some like mystical patriarchy out there lurking in the shadows, then like, yeah, you know, you could have an advocacy group. But yeah, if you're not capable and people are just hiring you because you're a woman and they don't want to be looked at as sexist, like Disney does, maybe you should just, I don't know, stick with people that make good animations, like Tatarovsky or Gendy, whatever his name is, something Slavic. But yeah, like, if she is, oh, okay, she's a writer, so whoever actually animates this crap, so hopefully they can change their style. I mean, because this is just terrible. This is terrible. So it looks like, matter of fact, it looks like it's geared towards girls. It looks like it's geared towards like 5-year-old girls, like instead of the intense high action or, you know, gritty kind of look of Clone Wars. I'm just highly disappointed. Every time I see this Anakin, I just think of CDI Link. It just makes me laugh so hard. This guy, what the hell is that? That's not Anakin. Is Yoda wearing lipstick? Looks like one of those low-budget Christian cartoons. I particularly liked Angel Wars myself, but to each his own. So yeah, every time I see that, my boy. Oh boy, it's just yeah. Every time I see that, I just think of look at his face right here. Every time I see that, I just think of CDI Link. I mean, the resemblance is uncanny. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, like whoever is animating for this needs to be fired. I mean, no doubt it has an awesome story that totally isn't contradicted with contradicting the films or whatever. Contradiction is encouraged. Because screw everything. We're just trying to shell this out. But anyway, you know, this is your boy Coast. It's just something I wanted to talk about, just the direction that it's going. I can't get behind it. It's just not appealing to anyone. I mean, like Clone Wars appealed to a wider range of people, and cartoons in general in the past used to do that. You know, that's why we had people of all ages who could appreciate Looney Tunes. That's why we had people of all ages who could appreciate Clone Wars, especially, you know, when it came out on Netflix, when season 5 came out on Netflix, and all, you know, people of all ages appreciate animation if it's done right. You know, but certain animations you could tell are geared towards a certain audience, and this doesn't. I mean, this looks like it's not geared towards, you know, an older audience, like a high octane action cartoon like Clone Wars would be. So I mean, it does seem like they're trying to make Star Wars more kiddie, more kid friendly, and more childish, more in Disney's realm of expertise. But Disney, unlike Warner Brothers, has been flopping dramatically in the 2D animation department. I mean, shows like Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes got canceled by them. And as a fan of animation, and you know, someone who follows animated shows of his favorite heroes and stuff like that, and I'm quite disappointed with where Disney, Marvel, and Lucasfilm has been heading for the past few years. And you know, I know I'll fall on deaf ears, but yeah, they apparently just don't care. They don't care about Legends fans. They don't care about the fans who supported Star Wars for 40 years. You know, especially in the time when it wasn't making films. They still bought the books. They don't care about us. So I mean, you know, I guess we'll just sit back and watch this whole thing implode. This whole thing just implode on itself, because it doesn't. From what I'm seeing right now on the surface, it doesn't look like this new animated series is going anywhere. It doesn't seem like they're putting that much effort into it. It doesn't seem like they think the fans are worth the cause, and it doesn't seem like it'll go anywhere. It seems like it's geared more towards children, but just with the animation style and all that. But anyway, these are just my initial reactions to seeing these posts and seeing a lot of the negativity geared towards it, and just seeing this social justice kind of organization backing this woman. I wonder if I wouldn't be surprised if like most of the team is just backed by this WIA, and just there because they're women. I mean, and not necessarily because they're good at what they do. Yeah, I mean, if you're a woman and you're good at what you do, I mean, great. But from the looks of this show, it looks like, you know, and considering the involvement of WIA, I'm ultimately not certain what to think about it. Yeah. Oh my God! Just look at that. Look at how effeminate that is. I mean, just you could tell. Yes, this is geared towards girls. Look at this animated show.
Turns out you're quite popular, Jordan.
And I'm so sick of BB-8.
How did I find you? I'm just lucky, I guess. I suggest you pick on someone your own size.
Oh yes, the brave, strong, independent woman. Oh.
Thank you, Senator.
Yes, this is geared towards girls.
Leia.
Oh my God, this is so SJW, man. This is so SJW.
The actions we take.
There are gonna be no guys in the show except in flashbacks. And getting beat up. Yeah, this is piss poor animation. So oh my god. So anyway, this is just executive producers Carrie Beck, Dave Filoni, he's still involved in this. Oh my god. Daisy Ridley is actually voicing these people, her cartoon counterpart. Writers, directors, starring, okay. So Jennifer Murrow is the writer. Shelby Young, blah blah blah. Yeah. This looks awful. This looks awful. This looks like SJW wars to me. This looks like more feminist propaganda, and I don't know. It's just we need to empower more women to get into Star Wars. I mean, like why? Why? I mean, you could tell when they made what's her face, Rey. They were like, let's make a powerful woman character because there isn't one in Leia. Because Leia wasn't already a boss in the original EU, so we don't have to make anything about that. Like, oh yeah, we already rebooted, so it's just ridiculous. They had like 3 whole shows to deal with like portraying female characters. They had the Clone Wars, the original one, and then they had the second Clone Wars series with Ahsoka and Padme, and they had all very strong female leads, and they had the EU, but then they got rid of it. Not a very smart decision in hindsight, because now you got to do this and come up with crappy Flash animations that So anyway, this series looks painful, and for people that have to sit through this, I feel entirely bad for you. But to the OT fans, I don't feel bad for you at all, because you wish this upon all of us, and you got what you wished for. So, yeah, the Disney canon might be contradictory, and they don't care. And also, they're gonna push feminism on Star Wars fans. Great. Great. Oh, just great. Just, wow. It's just really, really pathetic. Really pathetic. Anyway, Coast signing out. Peace.